What's going on, Blues? Welcome back to Life as an Evertonian. This is our match reaction to Sunderland 1, Everton 1 tonight. Monday night football at the Stadium of Light. I don't know about you, Blues, but I could not wait to hear that full time whistle tonight. Um, I thought some of that second half was quite comical. Um, we started off really bright. The first 20, 25 minutes, we could have found ourselves 2 to 3 up. I mean, what an absolute magician Iliman Ndiaye is. What a goal. Goal of the month and in contention already for goal of the season. That lad does with the ball no different than what the likes of Ronaldinho did and Messi does. And seriously, an absolute talent. Gutted to see him come off in the second half. And as soon as he did come off, the game for me was at a standstill in terms of we're going to be lucky to pick up a point here tonight, or Sunderland are going to go and get the win because they were in ascendancy in the second half. Um, Probably after the first half hour, they found the way. Towards the end of that first half, 15 minutes of that second half, they were way on top, and that continued into the second half. Um, Going back to the chances that Everton created, Jack Grealish has hit the post, lovely strike, um, catches everyone off guard. Thought it was nestling into the bottom bin. It's the post. Obviously, we had a mad chance in the first 12 seconds. Ball's gone long from Pickford. Um, Tieno Barry's won a header. It's fell to Jimmy Gardner and he's smashed it and it's just gone past the post. So really bright start. Really, really positive. And then obviously we've seen the massive miss at the back stick from Thierry Barry. He's got to put it away. He really has to put it away. But do you know what? I'm going to be honest, Blues. I felt sorry for him coming off. I did. Um, I feel like majority of the new signings are really paid off. Keanu Barry, Tyler Diblin, it's just not getting a sniff. Dwight McNeil to come on tonight on the right hand side. What did we sign Tyler Diblin for? That's how I'm feeling. What was the point? What was the investment for when we need players right now? Yeah, might be one for the future, but I can't fathom it. I really can't. Alcaraz came on at the end, had a massive chance to be fair on a 2-on-1. Um, Kieran Dewsbury Hall, I thought had a poor game. He had a good first 20 minutes, 25 minutes, but a lot of them filtered off in that second half. I just don't see the point why Beto came on the 53rd or 54th minute. He'd survived the first half, Barry. So, we're glad to see him come back out. And when I saw Beto were coming on so soon, that lad's head is going to significantly drop. He's missed the chance at the back stick. He should have slotted it home. But you've got to give him another chance in that game, potentially. We've had one shot on target in that second half from Mikalenko. Just really, really poor display. Um, you can't even say, I'm not even going to say a game or two halves, but it was just the way that we started was very bright. Sunderland looked nervy, but did we make them nervy? They were passing a lot of loose balls and losing the ball really easy. Everton were retaining possession, getting on the ball, winning the ball back. We created enough in that first 25 minutes to find ourselves 2 up. And that chance, it were massive for Tieno Barry. And it is really frustrating to see him not score from there. Beto's come on and done nothing, as I've mentioned. Really offered very little. Dwight McNeil's come over to the right hand side. I didn't get that change, to be honest, when Njai came off. Um, maybe we could have done put Alcaraz out there. I don't know, but I don't get why Tyler Diblin's not getting a sniff. Merlin Rowe's not come on tonight. Idrissa run himself into the ground. We saw Jimmy Gardner come over to the right hand side at right back. Tarkowski for the finish for me. It's like he wants to get in front of absolutely everything. He just leave it for Pickford to save, lad. You know what I mean? I know it's all about reactions and instincts, but he just wants to chuck his legs at absolutely everything. Just see if Pickers can save it. I know it's just a frustrating one. I was just glad to get through the game with a point. I were just some of the play. I was like, my word, what is going on here? They look like blustery conditions. They don't look like the greatest conditions. But I feel like I'm here again saying we move on. Um, and it's I will take some positives from tonight. I will take the positives from that first 20 to 25 minutes. Everton did do enough to find themselves two up. We did. But you've got to take your chances. And, obviously Jack Grealish hitting the post. He's created that chance for himself. But Tieno Barry's got to bury it. But I will come on here and say that I do feel sorry for some of these new lads. David Moyes, I don't like coming on here and calling Moyes. I don't. It's what he's done for the club. And, I do feel that he is the right man to galvanise us and make us difficult to beat. I'm very selective with my words tonight because obviously I think Moyes is there to take us on to the next level. The level that we're at is trying to find levels of consistency, levels of not watching Everton and feeling anxiety. I guess we thought it had gone. But tonight I felt that watching that game. I couldn't wait for that final whistle to blow. Big game at the weekend. We say this every week, Blues. We do. There's some things tonight that I don't understand. I think the knot was on Njai's ankle. I think he did give the ball away a little bit loose and tried to stretch out for it. And I think he's been trod on his. It'll be a bruise on the bone. It'll be a sore one. Timmy Raburum, I like the look of Tim. I do. I think he's a good footballer. But there's just some things that I don't get tonight. Right across the board from, I guess, the lineup, the starting lineup. But we started brightly. And I feel like I'm now going round in circles. But I guess that's how Everton make you feel. Very frustrating watch. Sunderland are a good side. And we frustrated them for that first 25 minutes to half an hour. But they found the way. They got on the front foot. It were all about them in that second half. What could they create? We limited them. Do you know what I mean? We really did limit them to no real big chances. And we could have hurt them on the counter attack towards the end. It was a disappointing final effort from Alcaraz. We were on a 2-on-1 and couldn't seem to get the ball out of his feet to pop a shot. But it's a point, Blues. And I would have took a point before the game. I've said in my head, I'd like to get 4 points. I've had conversations with mates. I'd like to get 4 points. I was looking for a point tonight. But with that first, that start, seeing how Everton were playing, the chances that we were created, I felt like we could get more. And, when you miss them chances, you see the anxiety and the stress from David Moyes with Barry's miss. You don't take them chances, then you can get a, and obviously we did right in the early in the second half. Tarkowski just frustrating me with, let Pickford save it. Try and let Pickford save it, mate. He does try to chuck himself in front of everything. And I guess that's a natural reaction as a centre half. I'm not a centre. I've never played centre half, so I don't want to be too critical on Tarky there. But it's just annoying. Um, so Blues, let me know your thoughts. I am going to say it again. And I know a lot of Evertonians will be cursing Barry tonight. You've missed a sitter, and he has. He got himself in the right place at the right time at back stick. He should have stabbed it home. He's got under it. It's skyrocket. It's sky high. He's mistimed the connection. I just felt like he deserved a little bit longer in that second half. Because what did Beto offer when he came on? Absolutely nothing. I'm going to leave this one there, Blues. A frustrating night, but listen, it's a point. I will take positives from that first 25 minutes. We go on to the next one, Fulham at home. It's going to be a difficult game, but we're back at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. It's a chance to put to bed the disappointing result against Tottenham. Let's see if we can get back to winning ways and, before the international break and pick up the 4 points that I've wanted. I'll see you in the next one, Blues. Up the Toffees.